Hi, I'm Eric Siegel with ericstrains.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the latest release of the O-Scale Santa Fe Blue Goose passenger set by MTH. The Blue Goose was a 464 Hudson-type steam locomotive, the 464 referring to the wheel arrangement, of course. That means you've got 4 wheels up front, 6 drive wheels, and 4 wheels on the trailing truck, and it was part of the 3460 series of Hudsons that were built by Baldwin in the late 1930s for the Santa Fe. Now, there were 6 engines in the series. The other 5 were just typical black Hudsons, but the 3460 that you see here was turned into a streamlined steam engine, and then it was painted this robin's egg blue that you see here, and that's what gave it the nickname the Blue Goose. The Blue Goose was actually the only streamlined steam engine that the Santa Fe ever operated, and for that reason it was used extensively for publicity events. Now, the 3460 series of Hudsons were designed to be oil-fired steamers, but they could be converted to coal operation fairly easily if necessary. Now, today there's only one surviving example of the 3460 series, and it's not the Blue Goose, but that engine is located in Topeka, Kansas. MTH has modeled the Blue Goose several times over the years, so this is not a brand new model from MTH, but this is their latest rendition. It was offered in their 2011 Volume 1 catalog, and then finally shipped in late 2012. The retail price on the Blue Goose set, which includes the engine and the 4 passenger cars, is about $1,200. Now, it is possible to purchase the engine by itself, but experience has taught me that whenever MTH offers an engine by itself or the same engine with a set, it's always smarter to buy the set. And this Blue Goose set is a perfect example of that. The engine by itself retails for $1,100. The entire set with the passenger cars retails for $1,200. So for $100 more, you get 4 passenger cars. That's $25 a car. You can't beat that anywhere. If you were to buy these cars by themselves, they would be about $100 a piece. So when it comes to MTH, regardless of whether it's a freight train or a passenger train like this, if you see them offering an engine by itself or the same engine with a set, always try to get the set because that's going to be the best deal. I'm going to start things off by taking a look at the engine and the tender first, and then after that we'll take a look at the passenger cars. The engine and the tender together have a length of about 26.5 inches. Together they weigh 12 pounds 15 ounces. This engine has pretty good pulling power at about 2 pounds, and the minimum curve needed to operate this engine is 0.54. Both the engine and the tender feature die-cast metal construction. Under the hood, the engine is powered by one large flywheel motor, and then in the tender, you've got the command control components as well as the sound system. And this does feature the latest sound and control package from MTH, which is ProtoSound 3.0. There are 3 ways to run this engine. The recommended way is to use MTH's Digital Command System, or DCS. Using DCS will allow you to get the most out of the engine. If you don't have DCS, however, you can run the engine conventionally with just a transformer and some track. Additionally, if you plan to convert the 3-rail version to 2-rail, or if you plan to just purchase the 2-rail version of this model, it does come with a DCC receiver on board. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of the details on this engine. As you can see, the pilot on this model is great. You've got all this wonderful chrome and rivet detailing, as well as some separately applied detailing on either side. But the coolest part is how the coupler swings out. They've got a plate here that's held on with a magnet, so let me go ahead and take that off. And then inside, there's a scale coupler that swings out like that. Pretty cool. And then, if you want to double head the engine, you can swap out the scale coupler for this dummy O-gauge coupler that's also packaged with the engine. Right above the pilot, you've got lots of other separately applied details, and then right here is one of my favorite details on the engine, which is this beautiful blue chrome Santa Fe logo. Moving up from there, we've got this beautiful streamlined torpedo front on the boiler, and then an LED headlight here, this mesh grille here, and then operating marker lights on either side. The sides of the engine are great. Some of the highlights include this beautiful chrome plating that runs the entire length of the engine. We've got safety tread on the walkways, legible builder's plates on either side of the engine, separately applied handrails, lighted number boards on both sides. We've got a whistle here with a wire attached to it, and then we've got a whole host of other separately applied and cast-in details along the length of the boiler. Because this is a streamlined steam engine, there's not a whole lot of stuff going on top, but we do have the smokestack right here with an operating smoke unit inside. And of course, to load smoke fluid into the smoke unit, you just pour the smoke fluid directly down the stack. Beyond that, we've got some sand fill caps right here, and then some nicely detailed pop-off valves here. And then over the cab, we've got these nice roof vents that open like that. The sides of the cab are very nicely done. We've got some separately applied grab irons here, good detailing down here, including these cool holes that have been cut into the side. On the front, we've got this little triangle-shaped window, and there's one on the other side as well. The main window is very well done. You've got silver trim around the entire window and a silver sunshade on top. And then each of these plastic windows also has silver trim around it, and each window is in a track that allows it to move back and forth so that you can open and close the window any way you like. Here's a look at the back of the engine. We've got the MTH wireless drawbar down here. Then we've got the deck plate that goes between the engine and the tender. We've got some separately applied curtains here, here, and here. 2 windows back here, one here and one here, each with a clear plastic insert. On the inside of the cab, we've got 2 hand-painted crew figures, a nicely detailed back head, and there's a red glow in the firebox when the engine is in operation. Here's a look at the underside of the engine. There are 2 pickup rollers right here, and then on the last set of drivers, there are 2 traction tires. The tender is just as beautiful as the engine. Down here, we've got nicely detailed truck side frames with chains attached to the trucks. The sides include separately applied grab irons, great rivet detail, and this wonderful chrome plating sporting the Santa Fe name. On the front, we've got safety tread on the deck here, and then some nice cast-in details here. On the back of the tender, we've got an operating protocoupler down here, nice chrome plating here with the road number on it, and then a separately applied ladder and a backup light right here. The top of the tender is great. We've got these really cool sloping edges right here. There's lots of nice separately applied and cast-in detailing up here. There are 6 opening compartments. Some of them contain controls for the engine, while others contain nothing. So let's take a look. This one right here has nothing underneath. This one right here has the switch that toggles between DCS and DCC operation. Since this is the 3-rail version, this is set for DCS. This compartment here contains the switch that toggles between 3-rail and 2-rail operation. Again, since this is the 3-rail version, it's set for 3-rail, but if I were to convert this to 2-rail operation or buy the 2-rail version, it would be set for 2-rail operation. This compartment here contains the master volume control. This one back here has nothing underneath it, and then this one back here has the master smoke control. Here's a look at the underside of the tender. All of the rims on the wheels are painted silver, and then the speaker for the sound system is located under this truck right here. Okay, that does it for the engine. Now let's take a look at the passenger cars. As I said before, the set comes with 4 passenger cars. These are scale 70-foot streamlined passenger cars, and they consist of a baggage car, a coach car, a Vista Dome car, and an observation car. These are typical MTH passenger cars, and by that I mean they're built well, nicely detailed, and they look great. MTH has been making these streamlined passenger cars for many years now, so for those of you who may already own a set of these, even if they're in a different road name, they're going to be pretty much identical. The only difference is the paint scheme. But for those of you who don't own a set of these yet, I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the highlights. All of these passenger cars feature interior illumination. On the outside, they have ABS plastic bodies, die-cast metal trucks, and operating die-cast metal couplers, and they also have separately applied metal grab irons and steps where needed. The ends of the cars are very nicely done. They feature soft rubber diaphragms around the doors, and then at the end of the diaphragm, you've got this rigid plastic frame. There are separately applied brake wheels and grab irons and so forth, and a host of other cast-in and separately applied details. The door is very nicely detailed as well, with a clear plastic insert in the window. Now, the doors on the ends of the cars do not open, but the doors on the sides of the cars do. When the cars are connected, there's a pretty big gap between the diaphragms, but that's pretty typical for O-scale, and that gap is what allows these cars to negotiate the tighter turns that are typically associated with 3-rail layouts. Here's a closer look at the baggage car. Now, as I said, the doors on the sides of all of the cars do open and close. So on the baggage car, you press in and slide open like that, and this one works the same way. And there are 2 other doors on the other side. Now, the decoration inside the baggage car is pretty sparse, but that's to be expected because it's just a baggage car. Here's a look at the coach car. The doors on the sides of this car also open and close like that. The windows have shades drawn on some of them. It may be hard to see, but on the inside of the car, it's got pretty good detailing. There are seats and there are painted figures sitting in some of the seats, and there are even people walking down the aisles between the seats. Here's the Vista Dome car, and just like the coach car, it's got opening doors on either side. The detailing on the inside of the car is similar to the coach car, except that you've got this upper level that allows you to more easily see the detailing on the inside, and it also gives those little passengers a great view from the top of the train. Now, what's really cool is if you look closely, you can see a stairwell going from the bottom level to the top level, and you can see a person going up the stairs. The observation car also has opening doors on either side. The detailing on the inside of the car is similar to the other cars, except that since this is the observation car, you've got lots of people looking out the windows. But of course, what really makes the observation car cool is the back of the car. As you can see, the back of the observation car looks really sharp. There are 3 operating lights on top, one here, and one on the other side. And then this really cool Santa Fe Grand Canyon drum head also lights up when the train is on. Here's what the underside of one of the passenger cars looks like, and as you can see, it's very well detailed down here, and to keep those lights inside running smoothly, you've got a pickup roller on each truck. That about does it for the passenger cars, but the last thing I want to mention is that if you want to expand your set, MTH does make additional cars that you can purchase separately that match this set. I believe they've made 6 or 7 additional cars, so if you're interested in purchasing any additional cars, you can get them from the same place that I got my set from, which is the Train Loft in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'll give you their contact information at the end of this video. Okay, the last thing we're going to do before we start the engine up and run the set is BFIMO, best feature in my opinion. In my opinion, the best feature of this set is not a sound effect or an operational feature, but rather it's the paint scheme. MTH did a great job here with the paint. The two-tone blue and the chrome and the silver look fantastic, and it's definitely an attention getter. Since I bought this set, I've had several people come and see the layout, and before they've even seen the train run, they've said, "Wow, that is a cool looking train." Even my wife, who is not the biggest train fan, when she saw this thing said, "That is a beautiful train." So, you know, the train runs great, it sounds great, but without a doubt, the most attention-getting feature is the paint job, and that's why, in my opinion, it's the best feature. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start the engine up and take this set for a spin. Okay, I've got the Blue Goose programmed into my MTH DCS remote, as you can see. And I'm going to start it up with the extended startup sequence, which is the SSU soft key.
We've got to schedule the key. Let's get our steam. Clean out the ash pan. Grab a shovel and spread out that coal. Check on that water level, will you? Swing that spout over. Okay, that's enough. Dope up those side rods, will you? Good. What do you see? I want to blow her down now. Clear? Clear.
Okay, we're good to go. Now, if you look at the headlight, it may look like it's flickering, but it's not. MTH uses LEDs in their headlights now, and sometimes on the video it can look like it's flickering, but trust me, it's not. Let's go ahead and listen to the whistle. This is the standard whistle. Now let's try the quilling whistle. That's activated by using the SPW soft key on the DCS remote, and then you quill it with the click wheel. So let's give it a try. MTH also has several preset whistle sequences programmed into the remote. The SFS key, for example, does the forward signal. There's also a reverse signal.
Take a look at the general order.
And a crossing signal. Here's the bell. Now let's hear some of the crew talk.
Now arriving from Chicago on track 1, train number 23, the Grand Canyon. Now departing for Los Angeles on track 1, train number 23, the Grand Canyon. This stop is Galesburg. This stop is Fort Madison.
Already, tell them to close that up.
This stop is Kansas City. This stop is Emporia.
I dropped my spleen! I think I swallowed my watch.
Okay, let's go ahead and move it out. Now let's check out the automated passenger freight announcement sequence, which is activated by pressing the PFA button down here on the remote.
Now arriving from Chicago on track 1, train number 23, the Grand Canyon. This stop is Fort Madison.
Watch your step. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. Ticketed passengers only. Let me help you with your baggage.
Thank you.
Pardon me.
Now departing for Los Angeles on track 1, train number 23, the Grand Canyon.
Welcome aboard. Step right this way. Watch your step.
Thank you.
All aboard. I see the conductor's checked his watch again. Must be time to go. Conductor's giving us a highball signal. Let's get down the line. Okay, shut it off. I want to blow her down now. Clear? Clear. Take care. See you soon.
So that about wraps it up for this review. This is a beautiful set that I'm happy to own, and I'm actually looking forward to adding some more passenger cars to this set in the future. If you're looking to purchase one of these sets or any of the additional passenger cars, try today's sponsor, which is the Train Loft in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. You can get to them at www.trainloft.com or give them a call at 336-760-9817. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm Eric Siegel, and I'll see you next time.